Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about, real quickly, how to handle user coordinate systems in AutoCAD. Um, this comes in Civil 3D and Map 3D also, so this is fundamental AutoCAD. Here we have a empty drawing. I'm going to draw a rectangle representing the plan view or top view of a building. I'm in architectural units, so I'm going to start there. And notice my coordinates on the bottom of the screen. Okay, notice how the X and the Y are floating, but that third coordinate is always 0. Well, that's key. Okay, so I'm going to set the dimension while running that rectangle command. And the length is going to be 18 feet. And the width is going to be, say, 15 feet. And I'll click up there and back off a little bit with the zoom. There's my 18 foot by 15 foot square. And that would represent the top view of the building. And one of the ways to switch into the front view of the building would be to use this nav cube over here to the right. I'll click that. There it is. See how the view flipped from top view to front view, and now the nav cube is reading front. Very important. Notice the coordinate icon is now showing Z up, X to the right, and Y is pointing directly at us. Okay. And this time, notice how my cursor, the coordinates are moving all over the place. Important. UCS at the command line. And that means user coordinate system. Enter. And one of the options in the user coordinate system command is view. And I'm going to choose V for view. Type V at the command line and hit enter. Important, notice that the icon has now flipped, so that's Y is up, X is to the right, and Z is pointing at us. I'm going to draw another rectangle this time from the endpoint of my first one. Now again, notice the coordinates. These coordinates are world coordinates, but that third coordinate is standing still at negative 8 3/4 inches, and that's okay. So the dimensions are going to be, what did I say, 18 feet long? Yeah, 18 feet long. And this time I'm going to do 7.5 feet tall, so 7 foot 6 inches. And pick over there. And there's the, quote, front of our building. Notice the nav cube is still saying top. And if I use this very special command called orbit, and that's over here in that nav bar, click orbit. And I'm holding my left mouse button. You can see, conceptually, of course, this is not a finished drawing by any stretch, but you can see there's the footprint of our building that we saw in plan view, and here's that elevation view of the building that we just drew in the front view. So the last thing I want to do is type the word UCS again at the command line, and then select W for world, and then hit enter, and you see that the icon is now Z up, X to the right, and Y to the left. And you run the orbiter. You can see all that works like that. Okay, so I think that'll start you in the correct way of how to apply the front view as a user coordinate system. Temporarily set that to your X and Y, and then set it back to the world coordinate system when you're done.